Ladies and gentlemen, friends, dreamers, and doers. Today, let's talk about a belief that has the power to change your life, the power to lift you up from any depth, to push you beyond any limits. That belief is simple. Nothing is impossible. For words that, when embraced, have the power to unleash your full potential. Think about it. Throughout history, we see countless stories of individuals who defied odds, broke barriers, and turned the impossible into their reality. These were people who looked at limitations, and instead of giving up, they chose to persevere. They chose to believe that no matter how hard it was, no matter how improbable it seemed, the word impossible was just a challenge, not a fact. So, what does nothing is impossible really mean? It means that we can rise above anything that holds us back, no matter how steep, how vast, or how dark the journey may seem. It means that every setback is a setup for a comeback. When you think there's no way, it's simply a signal that a new path awaits to be discovered. The world may tell you that it can't be done, but the truth is that can't is simply the gateway to innovation, growth, and breakthrough. Imagine a world where everyone accepted limits. There would be no inventions, no journeys to the moon, no breakthroughs in medicine, no inspiring art, no music that moves us. But because someone, somewhere, believed in the impossible, we now have wonders that we once thought unattainable. The airplane, the internet, organ transplants, space exploration. These are just a few examples of impossibilities made possible by human spirit, grit, and perseverance. You too have this power within you. Each of us is born with a spark, a potential that only we can harness. It's not reserved for some special group. It's something we all have. You may look at others and think, they are extraordinary. I could never do that. But those extraordinary individuals, they're people just like you. What sets them apart is not magic or luck. It's a relentless, almost unbreakable belief that nothing can stand in their way. But let's be clear. The journey to make the impossible possible is not easy. There will be roadblocks. People may doubt you. You may doubt yourself. You will experience failure, disappointment, and moments when you feel like giving up. And here's where the real power of nothing is impossible shines through. It's not that the path is smooth. It's that you are capable of pushing through every challenge on that path. Remember, each setback is a stepping stone. Each no is an opportunity to find your own yes. Each time you fall, you get stronger. It's as if life is testing you, asking, how bad do you want this? Will you let this obstacle define you? Or will you redefine yourself to overcome it? And every time you choose to keep going, you're answering with a resounding, yes, I believe. I believe that nothing is impossible. Look around. Everything we experience in our daily lives, our phones, our homes, our communities, exists because someone, somewhere, believed in what others said was impossible. They didn't just accept the limits placed before them. They dared to question, to challenge, and to create. To make the impossible possible, start small if you must. Every big dream began as a single thought. Each milestone, a tiny step. Just focus on that next step, that next small victory. Keep your eye on the vision, the bigger picture, but take it day by day. Know that persistence is your greatest ally, and even if you can't see the entire journey, trust that each step is moving you closer to your goal. So, to all of you listening, I challenge you to look at your dreams, your hopes, and even your fears and say with conviction, nothing is impossible. No matter where you are in life, no matter what you're facing, you have the power to change your reality. You have the power to turn your dreams into achievements, your ideas into actions, and your goals into legacies. And as you carry this belief that nothing is impossible, remember this. The most extraordinary journeys often begin with a single, uncertain step. It's easy to look at those who've achieved greatness and assume they were always confident, always certain. But the truth is, they often began with a heart full of doubt, a mind full of questions. They had moments where giving up seemed easier, but they pressed on because they knew one simple truth, that the road to greatness is paved with persistence and resilience. Imagine Thomas Edison, working tirelessly to invent the light bulb. After countless attempts, he could have given up, but he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison didn't see failure as the end. He saw it as a necessary part of his journey. Each no brought him closer to a yes. And that's the mindset that you and I can adopt as well. What if, instead of fearing failure, we embraced it as a stepping stone to success? Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection from publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Each no could have shattered her dream, but she believed her story was worth sharing with the world, and she persevered. And today, her books have touched millions, inspiring children and adults alike. Her journey teaches us that the dream inside you is worth fighting for. The opinions of others may shake you, but they cannot define you. Only you can decide the limits of your potential. Take a moment to reflect on your own dreams. What have you told yourself is impossible? What passion or vision have you put on hold, thinking you're not talented enough, strong enough, or brave enough? The truth is, those dreams are within you for a reason. They're the seeds of possibility, waiting for you to nurture them. Your dreams are your gift to the world, and it's your duty to bring them to life. Imagine the impact you could make if you simply believed in them. Let's look at athletes like Michael Jordan. Early in his career, he was cut from his high school basketball team. He could have accepted that as a final judgment on his abilities, but instead, he used it as fuel. Jordan trained harder, pushed himself further, and became one of the greatest players of all time. He transformed rejection into motivation, and through his dedication, he became a living testament to the idea that nothing is impossible. And when you face obstacles on your path, remember that obstacles are not meant to stop you. They are there to strengthen you. Just as muscles grow stronger under resistance, so do our minds and spirits grow stronger when tested. Each setback builds resilience. Each obstacle forces you to think creatively, to innovate, to adapt. And in the end, you emerge not only victorious but transformed. Because the journey to make the impossible possible changes you. It makes you stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Take Helen Keller, who, despite being deaf and blind, went on to become a renowned author and activist, inspiring millions. Her life is a testament to the power of will, of inner strength. She didn't let her circumstances define her. She found ways to communicate, to express herself, and to share her vision with the world. Her life reminds us that even when the odds seem stacked against us, we can rise above. The path to achieving the impossible may be solitary at times, and you may face criticism or doubt from those around you. But remember, you are not alone in facing these trials. Every person who has achieved something extraordinary has walked that lonely path, pushed past those voices of doubt. Let their stories remind you that you, too, can overcome any obstacle. When others tell you it can't be done, let their words fuel your fire. Let them remind you why you're on this journey in the first place. Your dreams, your vision, your life, all of it is worth the fight. You were born to make a difference, to bring something new into the world, to make a mark that only you can make. Don't allow fear or self-doubt to keep you small. Embrace the challenge. Know that every step you take, no matter how difficult, is bringing you closer to the realization of your dreams. And as you go forward, remember this. Even if you're the only one who believes in your vision, that belief is enough. History is filled with people who stood alone in their vision, who were laughed at, doubted, even ridiculed. But they persevered because their faith in themselves was unshakable. They understood that the journey was theirs to walk, and they took every step, no matter how heavy, with determination. Don't wait for permission to pursue your dreams. Don't wait for the perfect time or for someone else's approval. Start now, start where you are, and believe that each action you take is paving the way to your dreams. As you do this, you'll find that people will eventually come to support you. They'll be drawn to your courage, your resilience, your unshakable belief that nothing is impossible. In closing, remember, the word impossible itself says, I'm possible. It's a reminder that the limitations we perceive are often self-imposed, that the obstacles we see are often just illusions. When you believe that anything is possible, you step into a world where dreams come true, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and where your potential knows no bounds. When you choose to believe that nothing is impossible, you give yourself permission to dream without limits. You open the door to endless possibilities, allowing yourself to reach heights you once thought were beyond you. This belief plants within you a quiet confidence, a steadfast courage that whispers, "Keep going, no matter what." Consider the story of Oprah Winfrey, who rose from a life filled with hardships, from a challenging childhood, to become one of the most influential people in the world. She faced rejection and adversity, but she held on to a vision, to a belief that she could make a difference. She became a beacon of hope, proof that circumstances do not define us. Our belief in ourselves does. When you embrace the idea that nothing is impossible, you begin to see the world differently. Problems become puzzles to solve, challenges become invitations to grow, and failures become lessons on the road to success. Every time you face a setback, you get closer to the person you are meant to become. Each struggle refines you, strengthens you, and prepares you for even greater challenges ahead. Think of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison fighting for justice and equality. Most would have given up, but he held on to his belief in a better future. He emerged not with bitterness, but with a renewed sense of purpose, leading South Africa towards a new era. His story shows us that even in the darkest of times, hope and resilience can light the way. When you believe that nothing is impossible, you become unstoppable. There's a fire inside of you that cannot be extinguished by doubt or fear. This belief allows you to face the unknown with courage, to take risks with confidence, and to pursue dreams that others might abandon. You learn that every no you receive only strengthens your resolve to find a yes. Think about the Wright brothers, who were told humans could never fly. They faced ridicule, failure, and doubt, yet they pressed on. Their belief led to one of humanity's greatest achievements, the power of flight. Today, we travel the world in hours because they dared to believe in what seemed impossible. When you embrace the belief that nothing is impossible, you align yourself with the visionaries, the inventors, and the trailblazers. You realize that you, too, have the power to shape the world. The greatness you admire in others is within you, waiting to be uncovered. Each day is a new opportunity to take one more step, to try one more time, to believe just a little more in the power of possibility. Ask yourself, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What dreams would you pursue if you truly believed that nothing could stand in your way? Let those questions fuel you. Let them drive you toward a life of purpose, meaning, and achievement. Remember, the road will not always be easy, and the climb may sometimes feel steep. But with each step, you'll grow stronger. With each challenge, you'll become more resilient. And as you look back, you'll realize that every obstacle was not there to stop you. It was there to build you. This journey of believing that nothing is impossible is not just about achieving goals. It's about transforming yourself in the process. It's about becoming the person who can overcome anything. It's about rising each time you fall, growing each time you fail, and shining brighter each time you struggle. Imagine a world where everyone lived with the belief that nothing is impossible. What miracles would we see? What breakthroughs would we witness? What problems would we solve? That world is within our reach, if we choose to believe, to dream, and to act with courage. Let this be your mantra, your guiding light. Nothing is impossible. Hold on to this belief through the storms, through the trials, through every no you encounter. Let it guide you, inspire you, and lift you. You have within you everything you need to achieve greatness. Now, go forth and prove it. So, stand tall in the face of doubt, and let your actions speak louder than any obstacle in your way. Let your belief in the impossible fuel you every single day, reminding you that you are capable of far more than you know. Each moment you choose to keep going, despite the challenges, you're not only proving others wrong, you're proving to yourself that you are stronger than any limitation. Remember that every great achievement in history was once considered impossible until someone made it real. Let that someone be you. Let your passion, your resilience, and your courage become a force so powerful that no challenge can break it. Know that you are creating a legacy, inspiring others who will one day look at your story and say, "Because of them, I now believe." When you embrace the idea that nothing is impossible, you empower yourself to live a life without regrets, a life filled with purpose and impact. So go forward, dream boldly, act fearlessly, and know that you are capable of changing the world. Believe it, live it, and watch as the impossible becomes your reality. So go forward, with courage in your heart, resilience in your soul, and the unbreakable belief that you are capable of greatness. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. Go out there and prove to yourself and to the world that truly nothing is impossible. Believe in yourself, because your belief is what gives power to your potential. And if ever you find yourself in doubt, remember that the greatest innovators, leaders, and dreamers started exactly where you are, with a spark, a dream, and the courage to say, nothing is impossible. Go forth, break barriers, defy the odds. Because you, yes, you, are capable of achieving the impossible. Thank you.